Hi, Dave Smith here. So this is a video in my occasional ad hoc series on photo books and zines and things like that. And what I've got for you this time is a photo book. I really love this one. Really glad I came across it. It's by Eric Gervais. Let me just hold that up for you. Eric Gervais, and it's a book of panoramas. Now, he shot these panoramas with, I believe, an adapted 35mm camera. There are several of them around. There's a guy in the States, I think, who retools something like a Nikon FE, for example. So he widens the gate, takes the front panel off and replaces that with a panel that will then hold something like a 50mm lens from the Mamiya Press series. He puts a helicoid on so you can do some focusing. It's of course zone focusing at that stage, but you've got a panoramic camera, and I think it's something like 2.5 or 3:1. Can't quite remember the dimensions. And I think that's something similar that this guy has used to make these images. And it is just a book full of panoramas, and I'll show you one or two if I can sort of get this camera to do that. And they were shot. It's called The Frontiers of Vision. And I think they were shot at the Mexican border with the United States, which is a very contentious area, of course, and that's kind of what you see in that image on the front, is the sort of border. I think that's the border crossing. So not much else to say. If you can find a copy, and you know, it's not out of print. I bought this from Amazon, I think, and not massively expensive. But if you can get a copy, I highly recommend it. It's really a beautiful book. So let's see if we can see some of the images. Okay, so here we are. This is the front cover of the book. So let's open it up and take a look. So you can see this one is quite a wide panorama there. And I believe that's two separate images that have just kind of been mashed together. But I kind of like that little thing there. When the book's closed, I think you can barely see it. I mean, I can see it because I can see the cut edges of the page. But I quite like how that works. So there's another enormous panorama at the rail yards. I'm just going to find this one. So I can't even get all of that in this framing, okay, but I really like this use of fly-out pages, and this is actually 1, 2, 3, 4 different panoramas wound together there. I guess in a sequence, and then you've got a similar thing on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 images there, maybe 6, and that's the front cover image. So I quite like those. Let's have another flick through. So there's a wide panorama there of a street, and I think there are 3 panoramas there. And that flies out in this direction. That's So the book is constructed, it's a book of panoramas constructed panoramically, and again there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 images across that page. Four or five images across that page. Can't quite tell where one finishes. So 1, 2, 3, 4 images across that spread. So I really like this book. There's a single panorama. Let me see if I can just quickly while I'm with you. Not there. Just see if I can find out something about how these images were made. I'm not sure if I can. Every day. No, it's not sort of leaping out immediately obviously to me. Okay, so yes, so here it talks about from the first day he wandered the streets, meticulously observing everything and moving his head from one side to the other in a 120-degree sweep, as if he himself were the rotating lens of his Kodak Panorama No. 4 camera. So he's not using one of these sort of modern day things. He's using an old swing lens on the Kodak Panorama camera No. 4. And swing lenses are notoriously difficult to use. You have to get them completely horizontal and vertical, otherwise you get these curving lines everywhere. And I imagine that somewhere in the book you might sort of see that, but it's not very obvious as you flick through. So he's obviously positioned his camera pretty carefully. Anyway, there's the book. Let me know if you have this book, if you've seen it. Let me know if you get yourself a copy. Highly recommend it. Beautiful book. Thanks very much. Bye for now.